Welcome back. You're watching Us Profit and you are watching this at NDTV Profit. Now, Quest Corp is set for a three-way demerger and Digitide, one of the arms, is getting listed today. The cost of acquisition is around 26% for Digitide. The market cap expected and is around 2,300 odd crores. In terms of the overall revenue, that's at around 2,700 odd crores. EPS at 8.9%. But to listen as to what the management has to say, my colleague Agnidev, who is in conversation with Gurmeet Chahal, CEO at Digitide Solution, now joining us.
Right, so we are here at the Bombay Stock Exchange. Right, so we are here at the Bombay Stock Exchange and we are joined by Mr. Gurmeet Chahal, CEO and Executive Director at the recently listed Digitide Solutions. Now, the company is planning to leverage AI into its solutions and enterprise operations. And with us, we have Mr. Chahal, who's going to paint a wider picture of how this is going to be undertaken. Mr. Chahal, thank you so much for joining us on NDTV Profit and congratulations on a successful listing. So, I would like to begin by asking the basic question that our viewers would want to ask you. So it was a three-way demerger. So what was the rationale behind listing Digitide and Blue Spring as separate entities?
Sure. So first of all, thank you, Agnidev, and thank you, NDTV Profit. So there were three things which kind of were the value thesis behind the demerger. One was the fit of portfolio. Quest was fairly diversified, so now we've got three portfolios which are kind of aligned. Second was improving the focus and investment, both from a management perspective and investments. Third, and most important, this is a way to unlock value for our shareholders.
Right, so my second question would be on how the company is planning to grow and leverage AI, because we know that as a services provider, AI is going to be a big game going forward. So what exactly are you looking at in the artificial intelligence field to grow beyond this point?
So, Agni, that's a great question. So in fact, we believe that AI is going to be value accretive for us. In fact, we are going all in. We have created a brand, Pulse.ai, and for us, the way we are approaching AI is through three lenses. Lens number one is of the industry. So industry-specific AI solutions. We've launched solutions for healthcare, insurance, banking, and we are adding two more industries. That's lens number one. Lens number two is the lens of the process. So Pulse.ai.customer care. That's our offering for customer care. As an example, we've already got an agentic AI which is helping and empowering our human agents. Third, which is I think very critical, is the lens of AI or the lens of persona. So what I mean by that is AI for CIO, AI for CFO, AI for Chief Marketing Officer, AI for CHRO. Their needs are different. Their expectations from AI are different. So it's not one cookie cutter approach. So that's the way we are looking at this. And like I said, we believe AI is going to be value accretive for us.
Right, sir. Also, just so that, again, you got listed on the stock exchange and retail investors will be the one who will be looking into the company more closely now. So, can you give an example of where the company works for a retail investor to understand which sector the company operates in? Can you give an example?
Yeah. So, look, we operate, so we are in the business of providing technology-enabled solutions to our customers globally. So the kind of services that we provide, let me talk about that first. So one is digital engineering and application services. Second is data analytics and AI. Third, which is our bedrock today, is business process management. And we in fact do provide business process as a service, we've got 3 platforms. We are the largest payroll processor in the country. We process 15 million pay slips as an example. So those are the 3 service lines. These services we provide across verticals like banking and financial services, insurance companies, healthcare companies, manufacturing companies, utilities, and what we call diversified. From a geography perspective, of course, we do provide these services in India and Asia Pacific, and then our other biggest market is US and Canada. So that's how we are, providing solutions and services globally across those industry segments around the 3 horizontal or service lines that I mentioned.
All right, so that was the management of digitized solutions. Let's pull up the counter. And in fact, for viewers, you can find the entire interview you'll be able to find the entire interview on our YouTube channel. And of course, we'll be playing out the interview throughout the day. All right, let's pull up the stock. And in fact, Alex was mentioning earlier as well that the stock price at which we were expecting it to list is exactly the same as the calculation that NDTV had already done before. So, just to put that into perspective. With that, let's also welcome in our guest for the day, Vaishali Parekh, Vice President Technical Research at Prabhudas Leeladhar, and Neerav Asher, Head Equity Analyst at Latin Manhalal Securities, joining us now. Welcome to both of you and a very good morning to both of you. The first question is from Nirmala Bhatt, who's writing in from Bengaluru. She's saying she's in a vacation. She's on a vacation at the moment in USA, but she's holding 20 odd shares of Piramal Pharma at 208 apiece and wants to know if she can collect more at the moment for the next 6 to 9 odd months. Vaishali, I'll come to you on this one. A very good morning to you. Piramal Pharma is the counter. What are the charts indicating?
Very good morning to both of you too. Yes, so Piramal Pharma, we have seen a long trend, and after that we have seen a good consolidation coming at these levels. So in my opinion, technically it's very well placed. One can accumulate furthermore at these levels and at least look for a bounce coming towards 240, so that would give her a bit of a return. We can have a relook once the stock moves above 240. That could give us further higher targets, but for now I think technically well placed for 240.
All right, so that's a view on Piramal Pharma, and do enjoy your holiday in the United States. By the way, in case you're tuning in for the first time, hi, good morning to both of you, and thanks so much as always, Vaishali and Neera, for joining in. Viewers who are joining in for the first time, there are 2 numbers that you see on your screen. One is the landline number at the bottom, and on top you can send us a message on WhatsApp and we'll take your question, as Kishore has done. Kishore from Hyderabad is writing in about Tejas Networks, which he's bought at a level of 1025 and he's been holding for a year. He's incurring a loss at this juncture of about 30,000 crore rupees. And he's got a long-term view, which he's defined as 18 months. He's wondering whether to hold, average or sell at this point. Neerav, specifically on this particular counter, would you hold on?
Yeah, good morning and thank you for the invite. I think Tejas Networks, after having done all the hard work, I think it is advisable for him to hold with a medium-term perspective, especially in light of the fact that they have some good orders on hand and good parentage. So I think the advice is to hold.
The advice is to hold Tejas Networks as of now. The next question is from Dheeraj. He's planning to buy 200 odd shares of Bajaj Housing Finance and wants to know the right price to enter the counter. Vaishali, I'll again come to you on this one. Bajaj Housing Finance is the counter. Do you think it's the right moment to enter, or should Dheeraj wait for a while?
I would say the stock has been oscillating with whatever data I have. It has just been oscillating between 115 to 135. So I guess no harm accumulating at these levels, because what we have seen, the issue price, it had gone quite higher. So I think quite likely this can go towards that. So this is an appropriate level to accumulate.
Appropriate level to accumulate Bajaj Housing. It's not really moved very much, as Vaishali just pointed out in the recent past. Of course, that if you got it during the IPO, then you've got quite the gain, as you can see on the screen, 80% higher. Kiran is calling us from Hyderabad. Kiran, very good morning to you, and how can we help you today?
Good morning, sir. My query is regarding Premier Energies.
Okay.
So I bought 207 shares of Premier Energy today morning at 1058.50.
Right.
Yesterday I have seen a lot of fund houses buying Premier Energy's shares.
Yes.
Blackstone, Access Mutual Fund,
Yes.
and
There were
Goldman
large,
Sachs,
yeah,
NCFC
there were
Life
large,
Insurance,
there were large deals
Yeah.
that took place yesterday. Yes.
Yes. So should I stay invested in the counter for next 45 days or 2 months for
Okay.
short-term returns?
Yeah.
Or should I shift to some other counter is my query, sir.
Okay, all right. I got your question. Vaishali, since it's a shorter term question, it's for you based on what you're seeing on the charts. He's already making a small gain. Should he hold on for potential upside?
I would say yes, because our stock has managed to move past, a cluster of moving averages. So it is gaining strength. So I would say keep a stop loss since it's up for a very short term horizon. I would say keep a stop loss of 1,000 and look for a target of 1,200, 1,250.
So hold is the view on Premier Energies where charts are concerned. The next question is from Jaya, who's writing in from Bengaluru. She has Ratan India Enterprises. She's bought Ratan India Enterprises at the rate of 49 rupees and wants to know if she can hold or book profits at the moment. And this is from a longer term perspective. She's not given the quantity, but today the stock is up 9%. Neerav, I'll come to you on this one. Should Jaya continue to hold or book profits at the moment?
Well, I think she should use this opportunity to book profits.
Could you stipulate why? Because the stock is up and about in trade today, as much as 9%, and so she's making quite the gains today itself. But why are you saying she should take money off the table?
Well, there are other quality plays where you can shift to. So I think makes sense to move to some other quality plays.
And would you be able to give her a few ideas? Which are these quality plays that you're speaking about?
Well, I think consider shifting to Jamna Auto.
Okay, Jamna Auto is an option for you to consider. So book profit in Ratan India, move to Jamna Auto is a view that Neerav has. Ajay is calling us from Mumbai. Ajay, very good morning to you. How can we help you today?
Yeah, good morning.
Please go ahead.
Yeah, I want to, firstly, I want to thank NDTV Profit for the show, what Ask Profit is all about. It really helps us for the selection of these stocks.
Yes. Thank you so much. It's our pleasure. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I bought 200 Tata Tech at the price of 775.
Okay.
And I look forward to add some more in coming times.
Right.
Is it the right time to add Tata Tech?
Ajay, I just
Will
want
it
to
be
clarify.
next Tata Elxsi?
Okay, that's a good question. But so then from that perspective, am I right in assuming that you're buying for the long term?
Yeah,
Okay.
long term.
Okay. Okay. So, Neerav, the question
Yeah,
is...
I want to start adding up, 200 ahead.
On an ongoing basis, you want to keep
good
accumulating
bet.
this share. I got it.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
Neerav, the question is for the long term. This is a stock that investors have had to have a little patience with. Can it be the next Tata Elxsi is the supplementary question. What's the view here?
Well, I think it looks difficult. And I think at best this can be a slow burn. So I think there'll be a lot of patience which will be required with this stock. So I think there are better options. So he can consider something like a Coforge or a Memphasis, which could give returns pretty fast.
Okay. All right. The next question is from Surendra, who's writing in from Chennai. CDSL is the counter. He's holding 62 odd shares bought at 1331 a piece and wants to know whether he can sell or hold at the moment. Vaishali, I'll come to you on this one. What are the charts indicating for CDSL?
So depending on the time period that the person is wanting to hold. So we have seen technically the stock has really run up to quite an extent. So in between, profit booking cannot be ruled out. So if it's for a short-term period, then yes, must book profit because we've seen a rally right from 1200 to 1800 levels. But if it's a long-term, because according to me, these stocks should never be exited. It's a portfolio stock. This I'm looking at a target. If you are ready to hold, look for a target of 2000 plus, and I would say add at every decline. So depending on what your trading strategy is, I would suggest accordingly.
Okay. So that's with regards to where CDSL stands. Our next caller, Puneet, is calling in from Hyderabad. Puneet, a very good morning to you. How can we help you today?
Yeah, very good morning. I have shares of NetWeb Technologies. I have 100 shares of NetWeb Technologies at a price of 1785.
Okay.
Can I hold it for long term?
Okay, got your question, Puneet. I'll take this up with Neerav. Neerav, he's sitting on profits of roughly 13,000 odd rupees and wants to know if he can continue to hold this counter for a longer term perspective.
Well, yes, it's advisable to hold from a medium to long term perspective because once the prospects for the IT sector improve, I think he can expect better returns.
If an upside can he expect roughly?
I think easily 20% plus.
Okay. All right. So that's a view on NetWeb Technologies. I hope that answers your question. The next question is on a stock that has been through a little bit of a torrid time. I'm talking about Electra Green Tech. Several issues have cropped up over the past several months, and this relates to order completion, and the stock has had a bit of an impact of that. Of course, for the week so far, it's down about 1.5% or thereabouts. What's the view on this stock if you bought at 500 rupees and you're making quite a significant gain? Would you book or would you hold on? Venkatesh has got this question. Nirav, what's the view?
Oh, well, I think we saw an unfortunate episode very recently, and I think the company did conduct a conference call immediately, but that also has not inspired much confidence. So if he's making profit, I think he should partly exit the counter.
Okay, so that's with regards to where Electra Green Tech stands. The next question is from Rajesh Maheshwari, who's writing in from Indore. His query is on KSP pumps. He's got 100 odd shares at an average price of 768 and wants to know as to what's the short-term to medium-term outlook for this particular counter. Can he stay invested or exit? And if exit, then at what levels? Vaishali, I'll come to you on this one. What are the charts indicating for KSP pumps?
I would say it's already in an uptrend. Keep a stop loss of 830, and if it is for a positional, say relatively positional trade, I think this can all likelihood go towards 950. So keep 830 as stop loss and go for the target of 950 also.
All right, so that's with regards to where KSB Pump stands. Our next caller, Arun, is calling in from Bengaluru. Arun, a very good morning to you. I believe you have a query on Reliance.
Yes, good morning everyone. My question was on the Reliance. So currently I'm sitting with a 9K profit. So my question is on whether I have to hold this particular stock or whether I have to enter IT sector. IT sector I have almost, I have invested in Coforge, Persistent, Newgen, all the mid-cap quality stocks. So I wanted to check whether I have to shift this Reliance, whatever the amount, to Emphasis. Emphasis is the right time to entry or what?
Okay, got your question, Arun. I'll take this up with you, Nirav. Nirav, he's holding Reliance and sitting on profits of 9,000 rupees, but he's already holding a lot of mid-cap IT stocks. Do you suggest him to shift to something like an Emphasis or stay invested in Reliance?
Stay invested in Reliance, of course, and I think while Memphis is a good company, but I think Reliance is definitely going to give some strong moves ahead. I think it's a combination of course, Reliance Retail and Telecom. Telecom, which is a cash spinner for the company. Retail, which is doing quite well, gives them the advantage of top line. Oil to chemicals and refinery has been lagging behind at the moment, but expect that to make a comeback too. So I think wouldn't advise to exit Reliance at this point of time.
Started moving higher. Quick view on the charts while we're at it. Vaishali, you want to come in on Reliance Industries? It's moved up over the course of the last 3 months, but maybe not as much as certain other players on certain other peers in the large cap space.
I think technically it is showing a lot of strength. I think wait for this stock to go towards above 1470, 1480 levels, and that gives you a further target of 1550. So I would say not in a hurry, just hold the stock. And I would say rather have a basket of stocks. I mean, it makes no sense. If you're a trader and you're wanting to keep churning, that's a different story. But I would say have a basket of all sectors. I mean, because everything is rotational.
That's a good call. Let's talk about Bondada. This is a question from Sagar. He's writing in from Cochin in Kerala. He's asking about whether it can be bought at this juncture for a period of 2 years. I wonder if you have a coverage on this and if you would buy this, Nirav, or you would recommend a buy, or is there another play in the EPC space that you would pick?
Well, the EPC space is full of exciting players, so I think I wouldn't go in for Bondada, but I think something like a KEC International or a KPIL or an Afcons looks far more exciting.
All right, so that's the view with regards to where Bondara stands. The next caller, Vishal, is calling in from Chandigarh. Vishal, a very good morning to you. How can we help you today?
Yeah, a very good morning to you, ma'am. Well, ma'am, I hold shares of Blue Jet Healthcare. I hold about 554 shares at the cost of 856. Now, Blue Jet Healthcare is basically into the CDMO theme. It has a very high ROE and a high ROCE.
Right.
With a lot of capex taking place, I would love to have a long-term view on the stock.
Okay, got your question, Vishal. I'll take this up with Nirav. Nirav, what are your views on something like a Blue Jet Healthcare?
Well, the stock has been in the news recently. I think it's, as rightly pointed out, it is having some very exciting financial parameters in terms of ROC, return on capital employed, and return on equity. The prospects seem to be quite good. It's a CDMO business, contract research and manufacturing. And I think there has been a very strong demand for the CDMO services. And with, I think, the pharma sector showing some signs of recovery, this space is definitely bound to do well. And this company is likely to do well. So the advice is to hold and even accumulate at lower levels if possible.
Okay, accumulate Blue Jet Health. Hope that answers your question. Very well-framed question, must point out. Venkat is calling us from Andhra Pradesh. He's got Loris Labs that he wants to know about. Venkat, very good morning to you. How can we help you today?
Yeah, hi, very good morning.
Please go ahead.
So I have Loris Labs 50 shares on 588 rupees.
Okay.
So I would like to add few more shares at current price. So is the rally still there?
Okay. What is the time frame that you have in mind, Venkat? Is this a trading strategy that you have?
No, I'm actually long-term investor only.
Okay. Okay, so Loris Lab, and incidentally is the first question that we are getting in the space that it operates in the broader healthcare space. Nirav, what's the view here? Loris, would you hold or would you exit for a long-term perspective?
Well, Loris has disappointed us. Basically, we've always seen that it's always promised more, and when it comes to delivery, the results have fallen short of expectations. So I think we'll be more comfortable with a Dr. Reddy's or a Divi's Labs.
All right, so that's with regards to where Loris Labs stands, but Nirav prefers Divis Labs over Loris Labs. All right, the next question is from Venkat Ramana, who's writing in from Hyderabad. Wants to make a fresh entry in either CESC or CG Power and wants to invest around 50,000. Which one is better to enter is his question. Vaishali, I'll come to you on this one. The first counter is CESC. Whether the charts are looking attractive for something like a CESC or a CG Power.
Actually, I would say both are very similar. I would say distribute of funds in both these stuff because they both would do well.
Okay.
All right. So you can pick either. All right, that's an interesting response. We spoke about Reliance Industries. I do want to get your view on Geofinance as well. And this is a question from Mr. M. Sivaprasad, who is writing in from I do not know where, but somewhere in India. Would you buy at this juncture, Vaishali?
I would definitely buy this because currently also it is at a very good level. It has got into new round of momentum. So I would say I would observe a range of 290. And once I see the stock moving about 305, 310, it's ready for higher targets of 340, 350. So yes, 290, 280 is a support band. Accumulate would be a better option.
Ramnath is calling us from Maharashtra. Ram, a very good morning to you. Namaskar. How can we help you today?
Namaskar, sir. I wanted to know regarding VEL.
Okay.
I have bought quantity 150 numbers at the rate of 320.
Okay.
I wanted to buy. Is it the right time, or can I wait, or can I sell? What is your suggestion, please?
Okay. Ram, first of all, Jai Maharashtra, and where are you tuning in from? Ram,
yes,
can you hear me? Ram, मी बोलतोय जय महाराष्ट्र आणि कुठनं कॉल करताय तुम्ही?
संभाजीनगर, छत्रपती संभाजीनगर.
Okay, all right. And you have a long-term view on BEL?
Yeah, long term, sir. Yes, sir. Long term view, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nirav, the question is for you. Incidentally, we just spoke to the Defense Secretary today, And he spoke about procurement. He spoke about the fact that there's going to be a continued preference given to Indian companies for procurement going forward as well. And that bodes well for BEL. The only question is about valuations. Do you see them as a little bit stretched, or would you advise holding for the foreseeable future?
Well, I think valuations will look a bit stretched, but I think still it remains a screaming buy considering the fact that it's been a very stable performer. It's been slow, steady, consistent performer. If one were to look at the results, while a lot of other companies have faltered with their twists and turns, I think this company has delivered a very, very consistent performance. So I think I would go with that for the medium to long term.
All right, with that, it's time to slip into a very short break, but viewers will be right back answering all your queries on the other side, so do stay tuned.
That's huge. That is a biggie. It's out of it.
Gold Plus Clear Glass. Far ho ya near, sab kuch dikhe clear.
The markets move fast.
And so should your portfolio. Expert insights, real-time stock picks.
Do I buy Ola? Should I hold CDSL for the long term?
Buy, sell or hold.
The answers you need, straight from the experts.
Callers from India and across the world. Connect live, ask, decide and invest wisely.
Your portfolio, your future. Ask Profit.
Do you really know the company you invest in? What is the real picture behind presentations and claims?
Welcome back. You're watching Ask Profit, and this is a show that gets you answers to all of your stock-related questions. The numbers that you see on your screen are how you can get in touch with us. Either you can call us, as Shaurya has done, or you can message us on the number on the top of the screen. Shaurya, very good morning to you. How can we help you today?
Hey, hello, sir. Very good morning.
Please go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah,
sir. First of all, I would like to say thank you very much. I watch your news on daily basis, and lots of business news are there. But NDTV is my one of favorite.
Thank you, sir. It's very kind of you. We appreciate it. Please ask your question.
Thanks. So I am having, sir, 800 shares of Northern Arc at the price 249.
Okay.
So last few months there is no profit. This year is not becoming profitable for me.
Yes.
Last yesterday I have seen this is doing well. Can you please guide me for coming 3 months? Should I hold, buy or sell?
So it'll be
buy. If I say buy, it means more average.
Okay. When did you buy Northern Arc?
I remember I bought 7-8 months back.
Okay. Okay. And why do you have only a 3-month time horizon? You've already held for so long. You bought it for less than a year, is it?
Yeah, that's fine, but there is no profit now. Let us suppose if I withdraw this money and I invest somewhere else.
Yes.
So that would be a better decision for me.
Yeah, that's
for how many days I will suffer with this?
Yeah, that's a very good point, Shaurya. So, Nirav, the question is therefore to you, it's operating in a space that has had a little bit of trouble in terms of asset quality, and so therefore the question is that trouble over? Is there upside, or would you switch, as he's pointed out? He's had some patience, but he's wondering whether there are better opportunities.
Well, certain sectors tend to go through turbulence, and that can be short-lived or long-lived. So I think considering the fact that now we have a lot of opportunities in the NBFC space, he could consider moving to some other quality names like a Shriram Finance or a Cholamandalam or an AB Capital or L&T Finance Holdings. So I think he can make the switch in the near term.
So that's with regards to where Shriram Finance and AB Capital stands. The next question is from, who is this from? It's from Ugresh, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Ugresh. And he's writing in from Dubai, and he's holding Varun Beverages, bought at 606 a piece is what he's saying. And he wants to know whether he can hold or sell at the moment. Vaishali, I'll come to you on this one. What are the charts indicating for Varun Beverages? Do you think there's more upside, or should he exit the counter?
I would say the stock has corrected substantially, and right now it's only taking a good support at 460 levels. For a very long time, it has been consolidating at this level. So I think 460 should be respected. So as long as this level is respected, I think expect a bounce coming towards at least 520, 560. There you can exit.
All right. Our next caller, Prabhat, is calling in from Mumbai. Prabhat, a very good morning to you. How can we help you today?
Very good morning. It's lovely talking to you.
Lovely talking to you as well, Prabhat.
Thank you. I have 100 shares which I'm holding for more than 3 years of HUL at the rate of 2375.
Right.
I want to know whether I hold on to this stock. I'm a long-term investor. I'm a retired person.
Right.
Or I switch to any other stock, and you have to suggest me which stock do I switch to.
All right. Got your question, Prabhat. I'll take this up with Nirav. Nirav, he's been a patient investor in HUL, and I must say that. And we've seen that in the past 2-3 odd years, the company has not done very well. What's your view with regards to where HUL stands now? Last when I spoke to the CFO, they've got in good plans, and the growth from now on seems to be better than how it was in the past 2 odd years. But do you think it should continue to be invested or switch to something else? And if yes, which counter should that be?
Well, being an investor in HUL requires a lot of patience. And I think the sector has been going through a lot of headwinds. There have been a lot of challenges. Volume growth has been a disappointment. They've managed to hold on to margins, but I think capital appreciation is something which leaves a lot to be desired. So I think the advice is if he really wants to switch, he can shift from HUL to Reliance Industries.
Okay, interesting. Hope that answers your question. And we've got Sunena writing in from Bengaluru asking about Tata Steel, which she's bought at a level of 117 rupees per share. She's got 300 shares and she's in the green right now. She's wondering whether to book those profits or to exit, and what the target should be. She's not really specified her time frame, but I'm guessing that it's a relatively shorter term question. So Vaishali, on the charts, what is the ideal time frame that you would keep, and what is the upside that you see?
Well, I'm looking at the stock already is in a good uptrend, and it is right now just taking a breather. So if it's for a short term period, keep a stop loss of 150, because once the stock once again gets into momentum, I look at a target of 170. So that's the way to follow the trend.
Okay, all right. So target of 170. Where would you place the stop loss?
Below 150.
Okay, below 150. All right, so that's a view. Pradeep is calling us from Bengaluru. Pradeep, very good morning to you. How can we help you today?
Yeah, actually, I was looking for, whether I should hold or sell that. I am holding Praj Industries around like average of 803.55, and right now it was in a loss.
Yes.
So my, holdings time frame is around like from 6 to 7 months. I'm holding this, but I didn't see any growth from my side.
And so you've been holding for 6 to 7 months, but do you intend to hold it for the long term? Is this a fundamental buy for you?
Actually, I'm a short-term guy who is going to take a profit in a very short term, like mostly into 6 to 7 months.
Okay.
But I cannot see anything uptrend.
Yeah. So, and you bought it at elevated levels, 800 levels. Okay, so let me get a view on the charts then from Vaishali. Vaishali has lost ground. 803 was his buy price. What is the strategy that you would employ right now for Praj Industries?
I think it's on a road to recovery. I think keep a stop loss of 500. Further conviction comes only above 550. So once the stock sustains above 550, you can get a return going at least to 650. So not in a hurry. Observe these levels, and I think this can, in all likelihood, move past 550 to look for the target of 650.
All right. So that's with regards to where Praj Industries stands. The next question is from Santosh, who's writing from Cochin, and he wants a view on Tata Motors from a longer term perspective. He's holding 115 odd shares, bought at 808 a piece, sitting on a loss of almost 9,000 odd rupees. Nirav, I'll come to you on this one. Again, another patient investor with Tata Motors. What do you suggest?
Well, I think he should continue to hold because current valuations are compelling enough. And I think if possible, he can also accumulate some more quantity. He can average at the current levels.
All right. So hold is the view on Tata Motors. Our next caller, Kamath, is calling in from Bengaluru. Kamath, a very good morning to you. How can we help you today?
Madam, good morning. I have 150 good luck share at 900 rupees.
Okay.
I wanted long-term and short-term view, madam.
Okay. Got your question, Kamath. I'll take this up with Vaishali then. Vaishali, what are the charts indicating for Good Luck India?
I think it's already in an uptrend. This can go towards, I think it's long-term view. For me, it would be maybe 1300 levels that I would be looking at. And short-term also, it looks there is a resistance at 1100. So short-term view is 1100 target.
All right, we've got a couple of questions on the defense space, but I want to focus first on a question on Garden Reach Shipbuilders. This is from Satya Narayana Sambangi, who's writing in. Nirav, I'm taking this question to you, and let me give you some context. So he's bought, first of all, at levels of 2,463 rupees or thereabouts, and he's looking to hold it till at least March 2026. But I mentioned that we had the Defense Secretary speak to us earlier, and one of the takeaways that we had from that conversation was that India is likely to move away or will move away from the nomination to tendering for major defense projects like ACMA as well as or AMCA rather and warships, which is where Garden Reach plays. So if that is the case, is it right to assume that there will be more competition, and what could the implications be, and would you hold on?
Well, as you rightly pointed out, nomination versus tendering. When there is nomination, then the margins tend to be on the thick side. So margins are predefined, and to that extent, the competition is quite less. And when you have the tendering activity which comes into place, then you have a lot of cutthroat competition which comes into the place, and the bidding which takes place sometimes you have margins which are very, very difficult to justify. So it definitely puts a pressure on the genuine players also. And generally we have seen that when the tendering happens, the margins tend to just nosedive. Now, with respect to Garden Reach Shipbuilders, if one were to take into account all the three companies, Garden Reach, Cochin Shipyard and Mazgaon Docks, I think Garden Reach has the best visibility in terms of margins as well as the results. In fact, I think they reported some 46, 47 rupees earnings. And if we were to discount that by 30% growth over the next 3 years, then I think we get a valuation of around 3,120, which is looking very, very reasonable and achievable at this point of time. So that's our view as far as Garden Reach is concerned.
All right, quite a comprehensive answer there, Nirav. Sticking with the defense theme, Avinash from Hyderabad wants to enter Zentech at the moment, and what he's saying is that the valuations look pretty stretched here, and he's not wrong, Nirav. So I'll take your view on this one, and then I'll also go to Vaishali to know as to what should be the right level to enter Zentech. But first, I'll come to you. What's your view with regards to something like a Zentech?
Well, companies like Zentech cannot be analyzed from just from a balance sheet or a P&L point of view. You have to look at the bigger story. We've seen this firm invest in a lot of incubator firms, a lot of startups, a lot of exciting companies where you have small firms which are doing very interesting work, and where a scale up is required. So hand holding and scale up is required, and that is what these companies would be doing. So if you were to just break up the performance of Zen Technologies, you'll come to know that they've invested in a lot of startups, and those startups are doing a lot of interesting work. So I think maybe we'll see the results of all this in the times to come. So I think here it's going to be a slow burn, but definitely the results are going to be exciting going forward.
And Vaishali, on the charts, what do you think is the right entry point to enter Zentech, if at all?
Right now it is in retracement, and I think it can furthermore fall to even 1600, 1700. That would be a very ideal level. So in my view, start accumulating between 1800 and 1700 levels, and that could not damage the trend. Support level is very strong at these levels, so yes, go for it.
Okay, our next caller, Winston, is calling in from Bengaluru. Winston, a very good morning to you. I believe you have a question on Sri Renuka Sugar.
Yeah. Good morning to you. I have a question on Renuka Sugar.
Yeah.
Okay, I have 750 shares at 50.24.
Okay.
I'm holding it from last 1.5 years.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I'm not able to make any profit out of it.
Yeah.
Can you kindly help me?
All right. Got your question, Winston. I'll quickly take this up with Nirav. Nirav is sitting on a loss of around 11,000 odd rupees. Considering the financials of the company, do you think he should stay invested to see recovery in his loss, or should he continue to book loss?
I think it's better to exit because the waiting period has been quite long. There have been other sectors which have outperformed. And sugar, we know, is a very fickle kind of a sector. You tend to have 3-4 years of downturn, and then suddenly you have some recovery. While a recovery cannot be ruled out, but I think it makes sense to exit and going for some other sector.
And you've given a few names. Would you stick to what you've advised so far? What should they consider?
Well, something in the banking or NBFC or something in the cement space, etc.
Okay. Okay, quick question. Since we spoke about NBFCs and we generally speak about retail-focused NBFCs, but Nirav, do you like PFC REC at the current level, particularly because you've seen a dramatic drop in the policy rates? One would assume that they can bring down the cost of borrowing or rather the cost of funds over the next 12 months, and the offtake is expected to be good as well?
Definitely yes, because we know that power sector is going to require huge investments, and these are going to be investment vehicles, of course. And I think the mobilization of funds to a large extent is going to happen through these entities. So I think definitely we have a positive view. Considering the fact that power T&D investments are going to be to the tune of 9 trillion over the next 7 years. So I think it's a sizable amount, and I think definitely mobilization of funds will be required.
All right. Jyoti's got the next question. Jyoti is calling us from Haryana. Very good morning, Jyoti. How can we help you today?
Good morning, sir. Thanks for giving me this opportunity to for my query.
Yes.
So I have bought Shakti Pump 400 shares at the rate of 940 rupees.
Okay. And
sir, I want to ask, like, there is a Oswal Pumps IPO next week, so I want to look whether do I need to hold or
exit, right? Okay. So you're basically asking whether you should book out whatever gains you've made and move to that IPO. I'm going to try and get you a view. Nirav, I'm not sure you're tracking this IPO. If not, what's the view specifically only on Shakti Pumps?
Well, we did attend the IPO meet yesterday of Oswal Pumps. Very dynamic management and very strong outlook. I think looks very, very exciting, and I think Shakti Pumps is also quite good. So the advice is that should hold on to Shakti Pumps and should subscribe to the Oswal Pumps as well.
Okay, so watch out for that IPO. Shakti Pumps is up about 10%. It's a hold, and you can subscribe, Jyoti, to the IPO as well, according to Nirav. From June 13th is when the IPO starts, in case you've missed that. And I'm pretty sure that we will have and all you need to know story on the website ndtvprofit.com. We usually do in the run-up to an IPO, so make sure you check that out for all of the details about the company that we just spoke about, Oswal Pumps. The next question is on Hyundai, and this is from Shweta Kohli, who's writing in from Gurugram. Got allocation during the IPO and has been holding since then, and wondering whether to continue to have patience or to switch to something else, because the stock has not really moved very much. Nirav, the question is for you. It is a company that has seen its market share erode, and there is considerable competition and pressure on pricing in particular. Would you hold on to this, or are there better opportunities?
Well, I think the stock has been unexciting in its performance, while the company continues to do reasonably well. So I think the option is to switch over from Hyundai to Tata Motors.
Switch from Hyundai to Tata Motors is the view coming in from Nirav. Our next caller, Vishal, is calling in from West Bengal. Vishal, a very good morning to you. कैसे मदद करें आपकी?
मेरे पास IRFC का 70 शेयर है, एवरेज है 170.41.
Okay.
तो क्या करना चाहिए?
ठीक है, आई गॉट योर क्वेरी विशाल. मैं ये क्वेरी वैशाली जी से रहती हूँ. वैशाली, IRFC इज द काउंटर चार्ट्स क्या बता रहे हैं? कंटिन्यू टू होल्ड करें या फिर सेल करें इसको?
146 का प्राइस है, मेरे ख्याल से ये और भी आगे जा सकता है. होल्ड करिए, 155 170 का टारगेट मिल सकता है.
So the advice is continue to hold करें?
Hold.
Hold, all right. I hope that answers the question. See, I'm glad that I'm not the only one who struggles in switching between languages. I feel better about myself. All right, let's talk about Mahindra and Mahindra. And this is a question from Ekambara. I know we spoke about Tata Motors, Nirav, and he's bought M&M at a price of 3,010. Okay, 3,010, yeah. So that's very close to the current market price. What would you suggest with regard to this one? Because if the monsoon continues to go as it is envisaged, and of course we have to wait for the spatial distribution, one would assume that rural will continue to fire, or will fire on all cylinders, and that bodes well for both the automotive division as well as the tractor segment. So what's the view?
Well, I think you should continue to hold, because M&M continues to do well, and hopefully we'll have an above normal monsoon that will augur well for tractors, and in some places tractors are used even as construction equipment, so I think that should also help. And of course SUV sales have been doing quite well, so the product mix is right, so I think you should continue to hold.
All right, continue to hold is the view coming on M&M. Now, just before I move to the next question, the next show, that is Know Your Company, Harsh and the research team deep dives into Talbros Automotive, so do keep an eye out. The question that we're going to address is why Talbros Automotive is on KYC. Can margins see an uptick to continue? A 580 crore order win, how big is that for the company, and how quickly do they expect to execute? So all of these questions will be answered on KYC, so do stay tuned for the next show as well. All right, moving on with the next question. Nimesh from New Jersey, USA is writing in, and he wants a view on Praj Industries, is that correct? Did we take Praj Industries with you, Vaishali? All right, then I'll take his Voltas. Yeah. So he's got another question on Voltas. He's holding around 100 odd shares, bought at 1685 a piece, and wants to know as to what are the charts indicating, Vaishali, for Voltas. He's sitting on a loss of 37,000 odd rupees right now.
I would say actually chartically, totally, it is showing signs of reversal. So I would say add more at these levels to average your cost, and I think once we see a decisive rally above 1350, this can go towards 1550 also. So technically quite in an oversold and bouncing from there. So I don't see any reason as to there could be further damage.
Okay, don't see any further damage on the stock is the view coming in on Voltas where charts are concerned. Our next question, Shubham is calling in from Bengaluru. Shubham, a very good morning to you. How can we help you today?
Yeah, ma'am. Good morning, everyone. Ma'am, my question is between AFIN Technologies and CAMS. Which counter is good to invest at current levels for next 2 to 3 years?
2 to 3 years. Okay, Shubham, I take this up with Nirav. Nirav, what would you choose, KFintech or CAMS?
I think I'll go with KFintech because valuations are still attractive.
All right, so that's a clear view. We've got a question from Naveen Kumar, who's writing in and asking about Indian hotels, which he's bought at levels of 5,000 rupees. Wow. Okay, he bought at levels of 5,000 rupees in 2005. Now, obviously, I cannot really have an understanding as to what has happened in the interim because there would have been corporate action. So we can't really tell what the cost of acquisition would be because he's got 100 shares that he acquired back in 2005. Since he's held for the better part of 20 years, what's the view, Nirav, going forward as well? Does this continue to be the best play in the hospitality space, or would you say if he's making substantial gains, should he book out and move to something else?
Well, he's held on for quite a long time, and I think the dynamics of the business have also changed. I think Indian Hotels has gone from an asset-heavy model to an asset-light model. The dynamics of the business have changed. So I think it's better to close the chapter, sell it, and then move to some other script within the same sector could also serve the purpose. I think he can shift to EIH, maybe East India Hotels.
Oh, his total acquisition cost was 5,000
Or
rupees.
maybe he's added an extra zero to that.
Maybe.
To the
I don't know.
I don't think it's ever been at 5,000.
I wasn't tracking the market back in 2005, so I don't know.
So, I mean, even I was not. All right. Our next caller, Pradeep Kundu, is calling in from Bengaluru. Pradeep, a very good morning to you. How can we help you today?
A very good morning, madam. See, I'm having 30 shares of Global Spirit.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you, Pradeep.
Bought at 855.
Okay.
So I'm having a long-term vision of another 2 to 3 years. So I just wanted to know whether I should hold or whether I should book profits now.
Okay. Got your question, Pradeep. I'll take this up with Nirav. Nirav, he's holding on to Global Spirits. Do you think this is the right counter to stay invested in the Alcobev space, or would you switch to something else?
Well, I think he can continue to hold for the next couple of years. I think will give consistent growth.
So we've gotten confirmation. Namrata, our director, has told me that the price was about 60 rupees per share, which means that the price per that the total acquisition cost was around 5,000 rupees. So that makes sense. Okay, so we've gotten clarity on Indian Hotels.
Yes, absolutely.
It's time to hit. Is it time to hit the rapid fire round? Okay, it is time to hit the rapid fire round. Vaishali and Nirav, that means we'll toss as many questions at you over the course of 2 minutes to keep your answers as quick as possible. BEML, bought at levels of 4,142. The question is, would you suggest holding or exit? Chitra is asking. Vaishali? Hold.
All right. The next question is from Deban Chakrabarti. He wants to invest 5 lakh odd rupees right now for the next 5 to 10 years and wants to know what counters he can invest in. Nirav, your view?
Well, he can look at National Aluminium. He can look at Hindustan Copper. He can look at Oil India.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. IDFC First Bank being held for 2 years. Satyan wants to know. Average price is 67. Thinking of shifting to South Indian Bank for the next 9 to 12 months. Vaishali, is that a good idea?
I think IDFC can be held on.
Okay. Polo Microsystems is the next counter. Sunil is asking whether he can stay invested from a longer term perspective. He's holding 650 odd shares at 155 a piece. Your view, Nirav?
Yes, stay invested.
Okay. Titagar Rail Systems, 890 is the buy price. Will it cross 1,000 rupees in the next quarter? Is a question from Rajiv Mukherjee. Vaishali, what's the view on the charts?
Rail stocks are doing very well, so continue holding.
All right. The next question is on JNK Bank. Rajan Iyer is holding 300 odd shares at 102 a piece and wants to know if he can continue to hold for the next 3 years. Nirav, your view?
I think he can shift to Federal Bank.
Okay. I'm not sure if we have a view on Sirca Paints. Bought at levels of 382. Sirca Paints, is that right? Okay. Vaishali, what's the view?
So, well, it's totally moved high and totally overbought. So, I think partial profit.
All right. The next question is from Sumesh, who is writing in from Kerala. He's purchased 100 odd shares at 907 a piece. Wants to know if he can continue to hold. Nirav, your view?
Which script?
LIC.
I think hold.
Okay. Sundaram Finance, bought at levels of 5,398 in a loss. Would you hold on to this? Mahalakshmi is a senior citizen and a homemaker. What's the view, Nirav?
Hold.
Okay. All right. Well, we've tried to get as many questions answered as possible, and I appreciate your time, Vaishali, as well as Nirav, and the advice that you've dispensed on today's program. Absolute pleasure, as always, having you. That brings us to the end of this edition of Ask Profit from Mahima and myself and the team that put this show together. Thank you so much for watching, and do stay tuned. As we pointed out, KYC is up next, and this is NDTV Profit.
गोल्ड प्लस ऑप्टिमिस्टिक रिफ्लेक्टिव ग्लास लगाओ, धूप की गर्मी को दूर भगाओ और बिजली का बिल भी बचाओ।
The markets move fast.
And so should your portfolio. Expert insights, real-time stock picks.
Do I buy Ola?
Should I hold CDSL for the long term?
Buy, sell or hold.
The answers you need, straight from the experts.
Callers from India and across the world. Connect live, ask, decide and invest wisely.
Your portfolio, your future. Ask Profit.
Do you really know the company you invest in? What is the real picture behind presentations and claims? Is the outlook as rosy as the company claims? Know Your Company, powered by NDTV Profit Research, shines a light on the biggest stock market movers.
Headlines you start your day with. What matters worldwide is now in the palm of your hands. Get ready to seize the day and maximize your financial potential. Stay ahead of the curve with all you need to know on NDTV Profit.